Foolish mortal, you have inadvertently tuned into the forbidden frequency. It's Zombie Astronaut's Frequency of Fear.
Welcome, fellow astronauts, to the Frequency of Fear. I'm your host, the Zombie Astronaut. By the time you hear this podcast, I will have moved to Indianapolis. However, I'm recording it about 3 weeks in advance, as the moving truck will not have delivered any of my computer equipment by this time. That being the case, we're just gonna spotlight another actor we dig. This podcast will spotlight one of my all-time favorite actors, Peter Lorre. Now, strangely enough, fellow astronauts, this was meant to be the very first podcast. I'd planned to kick off the entire series with a Lorre retrospective, but it didn't happen. Instead, it took me over a year to get to this. But I guess better late than never. Now, we're going to start this Lorre Love Fest off with one of my favorite episodes of The Inner Sanctum, Black Seagull.
Inner Sanctum Mystery, starring Peter Lorre, brought to you by Carter's Little Liver Pills. And now we open the squeaking door. Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum. This is Raymond, your host. I'm glad you came tonight, because we have a very special guest of horror with us. I'd like you to meet the late Johnny Gravestone, the most celebrated member of the Inner Sanctum Ghost Society. He is the best haunter of them all. Johnny is the tall figure in the white sheet wearing the blue ribbon. He's haunted everything, from a palace to a telephone booth, and, if you're very nice to him, he'll be glad to consider giving your house to once-over. Who knows? He may even haunt you. Tonight's Inner Sanctum story, The Black Seagull, is an original radio drama by Sigmund Miller and stars Peter Lorre in the role of Richard Blake. It's produced under the direction of Hyman Brown. Inner Sanctum Mysteries are brought to you by Carter's Little Liver Pills. When you feel dull, headachy, sluggish, take Carter's two-way treatment to, first, start your liver bile flowing quickly. Second, get comfortable relief from irregularity. Well, we're about to begin our story. I forgot to warn you about the tremblins. They're those pesky, invisible cousins of the gremlins. They sidle up to you, give you quick little shoves, and create the false impression that you're trembling. If you're being troubled by a tremblin, just grab him by his invisible little horns and stick him into the nearest pincushion. Dusk is settling fast along the Carolina coast. A few miles out at sea, a motorboat rides through the choppy waters. Dr. Griffin and Richard Blake are frantically scanning the horizon, looking for Richard's wife, Barbara, who is lost in the sailboat. It's getting dark, Richard.
We've got to find her before nightfall.
Perhaps she's gotten back home by now. We've been gone for over an hour.
The mast was loose in the sailboat. It would never hold out in that wind. Barbara is in a disabled boat.
We haven't much gasoline left.
I'm not going back until we find her.
The only thing we can do is call the Coast Guard.
Did you hear that, Dr. Griffin?
Yes. Seagulls.
Sounded like a human cry.
Oh, no, it's only the gulls, Richard.
Listen.
It's the same sound.
No. This is no bird cry. That was Barbara.
That was the cry of a seagull. See? He's right above us. A black seagull.
A black gull. Completely black. It's an ominous sign. Something has happened to Barbara.
Oh, come now. I hope you don't believe in that superstitious nonsense.
Look! Over there. Do you see it?
It looks like a boat.
It's Barbara. The mast. The mast is down.
We'd better get over there fast. Here. Help me put her on the couch.
Dr. Griffin, please, you've got to do something.
I'll do everything I can. Pretty bad. Concussion.
The mast. It must have come loose and struck her. Please, Dr. Griffin, you've got to bring her back.
She may come to any second. Or she may never come out of it.
No. It isn't true.
I wish it weren't. Her skull is crushed. The injury is a fatal one.
No. It's only a surface wound. Perhaps an operation. We can get her to a hospital. Look, she's coming too.
Please, Richard. There isn't a chance.
Richard.
Yes, darling.
Oh, it wasn't my fault. The mast, it broke in the wind.
Don't talk, my darling.
I'm so sorry, Richard. Don't be unhappy.
You're going to be all right. Dr. Griffin says you're going to recover.
No.
You've got to hold on, darling. We'll get you to a hospital.
You've been so good to me, darling. We've been very happy together.
You can't leave me, Barbara. I won't live without you.
Oh, you mustn't say that.
If you die, Barbara, I don't want to live.
I'll always be near you. I'll come back, if it's possible.
You must come back. You must. If you don't, I'll come to you.
No, I'll return, Richard. I'll return. Richard, Oh.
She's gone. To lower the coffin, Richard. You wish to pay your final respect?
Final respects? This isn't the end. It's the beginning. Do you understand? The beginning. Barbara isn't gone. She'll come back. She said so.
No, Richard. No one comes back from the grave. It's dangerous to believe that. Dangerous for your sanity.
She'll come back. She didn't lie.
All right, men. Lower the body.
Did you hear that?
Yes. The seagulls again.
That wasn't a seagull. I told you. That was Barbara's voice.
Please, Richard. It's only a gull.
No. It's her. She's calling to me. She promised to return. You see? Barbara didn't fail me.
You must stop this, Richard. You'll wind up in an asylum.
You're a fool, Dr. Griffin.
Lower the coffin,
That was her voice. No. Don't lower it. That sound came from the coffin. She might even be alive.
She's dead, Richard.
I want that coffin opened.
We can't do that, Richard. There's no way of opening it now.
We'll pry it open. Don't try to stop me, Dr. Griffin.
All right. We'll open it. Here, one of you men. Break the seals at the top of the coffin.
For heaven's sakes, hurry.
It will only be worse for you, Richard, if you look at poor Barbara again.
Will you tell the man to hurry?
The coffin's opened, Richard. Now you can see for yourself.
Look at her face.
Her face?
You wouldn't believe me. Look at her mouth. As if she had just called my name. Who is there?
Dr. Griffin.
Come in. Door is open.
Oh. You took me by surprise, Richard. I didn't expect you to be sitting so close to the door.
I'm sorry I startled you, Dr. Griffin.
I just thought I'd drop in before I went to bed. Are you waiting for someone?
Yes, I am.
What are you sitting in the dark for? Where's the light switch?
I don't want any light. I prefer sitting in the dark.
Richard, you're becoming very morbid. Don't you think you ought to get to bed? It's nearly midnight.
Midnight? Yes. That's the time she'll come back.
You really believe Barbara will come back?
Yes. I'm sure she will.
Well, we'll see.
She'll come.
If she does, it'll only be in your mind.
Please be quiet.
Well?
Barbara, you've come. She's here. I know she's here. Oh, darling, you've kept your promise.
Richard, stop it. Where's the light switch?
Put that light out.
It was nothing. The wind opened the door. It was just a coincidence that happened at the stroke of midnight. I didn't close the door properly when I came in.
She was here. I felt her cheek on mine.
You imagined it.
Imagine it. Look, Dr. Griffin. Look at my cheek. My cheek. A teardrop fell on my cheek.
It's not a teardrop, it's the rain. The wind blew some rain in through the open door.
It wasn't the rain. Barbara was here. If you hadn't put on the lights, I would have seen her. Barbara, some people do come back from the grave. I heard about such cases.
Richard.
Barbara, it's you.
Yes,
It's
darling.
you.
It's me. I promised never to leave you.
I was about to give up. I was beginning to lose hope. How good it is to see you again.
Yes, darling. It's very good. I've been trying to come back.
Then it was you who opened the door at midnight.
Yes, Richard.
And it was your tears that fell on my cheek. It wasn't the rain, like Dr. Griffin said.
Yes, Richard.
But I couldn't see you then. I just felt your cheek against mine.
It was very hard to return at all.
What is that noise?
I don't hear anything, Richard.
That sound disturbs me. It makes me uneasy.
You're asleep. Fast asleep. Perhaps the sound will fade away. Look at me, Richard.
Oh, I can see you much more clearly.
And the sound?
It's fading out.
Perhaps we'll never be separated again.
It's so good to be with you again. Let me hold your hand.
Wait.
Why do you say that?
It's not yet time.
What do you mean?
You haven't crossed over yet. Can you still hear the banging?
Oh, just a little. Barbara, don't go away.
I can't help it. Someone's dragging you away.
Don't let him. I don't want to go back.
I'll try to come back again, Richard.
I don't want to go back. I want to stay with you.
Goodbye, Richard.
Richard! 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 Wake up! Wake up!
Where am I? Good thing I heard the shutters banging. I came in to see what was making all this noise.
You shouldn't have wakened me.
This box of pills. You took an overdose of these sleeping tablets. If I hadn't awakened you, you would have slept on until eternity.
Barbara came for me. She was just about to take my hand.
Perhaps if she had, you'd never have gotten up.
I didn't want to get up. I wanted to be with Barbara forever.
Well, Dr. Griffin should be awarded the Order of the Inner Sanctum for saving the life of Richard Blake. If it weren't for the good man, our story would have come to an end in the middle of the program. And that would have been very inconvenient for all of us. As a reward, perhaps we'll just wound Dr. Griffin a little bit instead of polishing him off. But until we make up our minds, here's a gentleman with an important message for you.
To keep you feeling on top of the world, medical knowledge proves that nature should produce about 2 pints of liver bile, the vital digestive juice your liver makes, each day. Otherwise, your food may not digest properly and leave you feeling dull, headachy, sluggish. Scientific facts show it takes a 2-way treatment to get the vital digestive juice flowing quickly and to relieve sluggishness without disturbing digestion. Therefore, do as thousands now do. Take Carter's Little Liver Pills. First, because Carters start the vital digestive juice flowing, usually within 30 minutes. Second, because Carters gently help you to that glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Remember, many ordinary simple laxatives don't, but Carter's Little Liver Pills do give this 2-way treatment. So take genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills as directed tonight. Tomorrow, see if you don't wake up feeling glad to be alive. Get Carter's at any drugstore. 25 cents.
Now we're ready to continue with our strange story. I hope you've all made yourselves comfortable. If it's too warm for you, we'll be glad to chill you a bit. Or if it's too cold, we'll be glad to make it hot for you. As a matter of fact, from now on, you'll get it both hot and cold. The following evening.
Barbara, you must come back to me. Barbara. Barbara. Can you hear me? Perhaps she can't get in. She said it was hard for her to come back. I'll open the door. Barbara. For a moment, there was a shadowy figure at the door. I did see something. She's here. Oh, it's you, Kitty. Barbara's pet. Haven't seen you since Barbara died. Come here, Kitty. Who are you looking at? Barbara!
Richard.
Where are you?
Right here.
Your voice is so faint.
Come closer. Come closer.
I don't know where you are.
The closet where I used to keep my clothes.
Darling, I still can't see you.
This blue taffeta dress. My favorite. I used to love the rustling sound it made when I walked.
It still crinkles. Like it always did.
Richard.
Where are you? Please don't go away.
Right here. My vanity table.
For heaven's sake, Barbara, let me see you again.
My perfumes. They're all here.
Nothing has been touched, darling.
Here's my favorite. Wild heather. I'll never wear it again.
Barbara, please don't go. Where are you?
I'm everywhere in this room. Everywhere.
Why can't I see you?
Perhaps you will. We must both try. We must both try very hard.
I'll try, Barbara.
Goodbye, my darling.
No, not yet. Just another moment.
Goodbye, Richard.
Barbara! Barbara! She's gone. She's gone. Only you and I know she was here. Who is there? Oh, it's you, Dr. Griffin.
I came back to see how you were.
I don't need any help.
I heard you shouting Barbara's name.
You were mistaken, Dr. Griffin.
Barbara's dress. It's lying over the chair. Did you take it out of the closet?
No, Dr. Griffin.
The perfume's in the air. Oh, yes. There's a bottle of perfume overturned on the vanity table. Wild heather. That was Barbara's favorite, wasn't it?
Yes, Dr. Griffin.
You think Barbara was here? Don't you, Richard?
Huh? She was here. I spoke to her. And she'll come again. She said she would. And maybe the next time I'll be able to see Barbara. See her as she was when she was alive.
I know you don't want visitors, Richard, but you shouldn't be alone. I brought Miss Driscoll with me to look after you.
How do you do, Mr. Blake?
Barbara will be here soon.
You haven't been eating. You've lost a lot of weight. Richard!
Yes, Dr. Griffin?
You've got to listen to me.
There's nothing you can tell me.
You won't last at this rate. Look at you. Pale and lifeless. You're still alive, but you're living among the dead. Oh, you've got to stop this. If you don't, you'll wind up in an asylum.
An asylum? You still don't believe Barbara had come back?
No, Richard. She hasn't come back.
You saw for yourself the other night. Her dress, her perfumes. She came back. I spoke to her.
You took the dress out of the closet yourself. And it was you who overturned the bottle of perfume.
You are lying, Dr. Griffin. It wasn't me. You're trying to come between us. I won't let you. I won't. Barbara!
Richard, I've come back.
Darling, I can see you.
Get me my bag in the hall, Miss Driscoll. Hurry.
I can see you very clearly now.
Do I look any different?
No. You're even lovelier than ever.
Richard.
We've got to meet each other halfway.
Yes, darling. I've been trying. I've tried very hard.
I've brought some friends. They all want to meet you.
Friends?
Yes. This is Fred Rankin. You remember him.
Hello, Fred.
How do you do, Richard? I'm Fred Rankin.
But you're dead.
Yes. I've been dead for 6 years.
And this is Mr. Fielding. Remember him? He was your neighbor once, killed by an automobile.
Yes. I've been dead for a long time. Ever since you were a young boy, Richard.
And this is Mary Schofield, The girl you went to school with.
Barbara! Barbara, watch out! The mast! It's falling! It's falling!
Richard, help me! Help me! Help me!
It's Barbara! It's Barbara! She's out there in a boat. The mast is gone. I've got to save her before it's too late.
You're not going anywhere. There's no one calling you. Nurse, help me get him back into bed.
Let me go! Let me go!
You're staying here with me.
Let me go!
Come back! Come back, Bridget!
Well, he couldn't have swum very far in this short time, Dr. Griffin.
I caught sight of him just a moment ago.
Oh, there he is.
Yes, I see him.
Yes, but he's going down. He's going down. Merciful heavens. Did you see?
Yes, he's gone down.
But he was holding someone. I could see her long black hair.
It's no use. We'll never... You say he was holding someone?
Yes. It looked like a woman. She had long black hair.
It must have been seaweed. You see things in this twilight that don't exist. Imagination is like fire. A good servant, but a bad master. I guess we had better get back.
Well, Dr. Griffin lost the good fight. He was gull crazy. But that was no gull. That was Richard's wife. Anyway, the Inner Sanctum Ghost Society is mad at Dr. Griffin because he's interfering with the drive for new members. Say, by the way, if you should hear the wild cry of birds in your next dream, don't be alarmed. It's just that spring is on its way.
Just like Karloff and Lugosi, Lorre also appeared on a number of variety shows, poking fun at his reputation for starring in horror and suspense films. Our first example of this is from the Spotlight Review, broadcast in December of 1948, featuring Spike Jones. The appearance actually starts off with voiceover great Paul Frees doing his Peter Lorre impression in this classic version of My Old Flame, then launches into a skit featuring Spike Jones doing the worst German accent ever. The next bit is from the Abbott and Costello show, broadcast January 1944, where Abbott suspects that Costello has the flu, and Lorre appears, offering to let Costello stay in his sanitarium. Listen first to Spike Jones, Paul Frees, and Peter Lorre on the Spotlight Review.
My old flame. I can't even think of her name. I'll have to look through my collection of human heads. But it's funny now and then how my thoughts go flashing back again to my old flame. My old flame. My new lovers all seem so tame. They won't even let me strangle them. For I haven't met a girl so magnificent or elegant as my old flame. I've met so many who had fascinating ways, a fascinating gaze in their eyes. I saw this eye, so I removed the other eye. That eye that kept
winking and blinking at other men. It was making me... I was going... It was so... I was...
Some who took me out to the skies. But their attempt at love were only imitations of my old flame. I can't even think of her name.
What's her name? Doris, Laura, Chloe, Manny, Mo, Jack.
No, it couldn't have been Mo.
I can't stand this, I tell you. This is driving me sane. I'm going... This was...
She would always treat me meat. So I poured the can of gasoline and struck a match too. My old flame.
Spike, that was terrific. The way Paul Frees did that number, I almost thought it was Peter Lorre himself.
Say, do you think it'll make Peter Lorre mad?
What are you worrying about?
Well, he's a real scary guy. Everybody at Warner Brothers is scared of him.
Who, for instance?
Well, Sidney Greenstreet, just to name a few.
Well, if you want to know how Peter Lorre feels about it, just ask him. He's standing right in back of you.
Pardon me, are you Spook Jones? Please don't be scared, Spook. I like you very much. I think that imitation of me was just wonderful.
You see, Spike, there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, I think you should be immortalized. You know what? I'll have your footprints put in a cement at Grauman's Chinese.
Oh, that's wonderful. What time should I be there?
Well, you don't have to be there. I'll just take your feet.
Peter, you're not really angry about my old flame.
Angry? Oh, no. I really loved it, especially when he said I saw his eye, so I removed the other eye. Removing another eye, it just did something to me.
What did it do?
It scared me. Oh, I like that. You know, Spooky Boy, Spook Jones, that's a beautiful name. You know, Spooky Man, we two have a lot in common.
We have?
Yes. What you do to music, I do to people. In fact, I'm going to insist to have you and your orchestra in my next picture.
What picture is that?
Oh, it's a beautiful picture. It's called Kiss the Blood of My Band.
Great. Instead of sheet music, we'll have our arrangements printed on Band-Aids. Say, Pete, I'd like to hear My Old Flame done by the real Peter Lorre.
Oh, yes? Oh, I love to do it, but I have my own version.
Well, that's fine. Little music, fellas. Something appropriate for Mr. Lorre, please.
Okay. Oh, no, not that. No, that's too gay. I can't do it.
Okay, fellas. My Old Flame.
My old flame. I can't even think of her name. No, I can't think of her name. No, oh, yeah, she had no name. My old flame was a hotfoot. Oh, yes, I was a struggling young scientist trying to get ahead. And every night I'd go out and get one. Well, one night I was washing my hands, getting ready for the greatest experiment of my career, when my associate, Professor Spikenstein, said,
Yeah. Are you through with washing your hands, Dr. Lorre?
Yes. Yes, Professor Spikenstein, I'm through washing my hands. Are you through washing your hands?
Yes, Lorre. I'm through washing mine hands.
All right, then what are you waiting for? Pile them all up in this basket and let's go into the laboratory.
Look, tonight we are working on a new project. I've got an order for 24 monsters from the May Company.
What does the May Company want with 24 monsters?
They are running a monster sale. Say, I wonder why my new assistant hasn't arrived.
Your new assistant? Actor Lieber, what happened to your old assistant?
Huh? I killed him.
Holy smokes, why?
Why? I needed a little relaxation. Everybody? Oh, it was beautiful. I shot him 50 times, and then I stabbed him 75 times, and then I threw him over a 1,000-foot cliff. Oh,
but he can't be dead. I just spoke to him on the phone.
Did he answer you?
Now that you mention it, no.
I think I hear someone at the door.
Big door.
It's Dorothy.
Bad evening, everyone.
Professor Spikenstein, this is my new assistant, Dorothy Dracula, direct from the coconut grave.
Yeah, for a minute I thought it was your ghoul friend.
What an exotic odor. Oh, what is that you're wearing, madame?
My favorite perfume, formaldehyde number 5.
Yeah, what a girl. She's lovely. She's engaged. She uses embalming fluid.
Please, let's be serious for a moment and create a monster, shall we?
The operating table is ready, gentlemen.
All right, let's go. Suture.
Suture?
Scalpel.
Scalpel?
Forceps.
Forceps?
Drano.
Drano?
Sponge.
Sponge?
Another sponge.
Another sponge?
Mop.
Bucket.
The operation is over.
It's a success. The monster is opening his eyes.
He's going to speak.
Is it a man?
Is it a plane?
Is it a bird?
It's Peter Lorre.
His old flame. He can't even think of her name. She would always treat him mean. So he poured a can of gasoline and struck a match to...
Oh, that's beautiful.
His old flame.
Look, Abbott, for the last time I tell you there's nothing wrong with me. Now, you got to get me out of this bed. Now, give me a lift.
All right.
What was that? I got my nose caught in the bat spring.
Come in.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Peter Lorre. Oh, Mr. Costello, I've come here to offer you the services of my sanitarium. I understand your health is run down.
Now, wait a minute, Lorre. Who told you all this?
Oh, nobody. You see, I get messages through my brain. My mind is like an open door.
What do you hear from the knob?
Quiet, Costello. Let me handle this. Mr. Lorre, you say you have a private sanitarium?
Oh, yes, and it's just the place for Mr. Costello. It is out in the woods, in a very lonely spot, where he can get away from it all. Far, far away.
I don't want to get that far away. Get me closer to town now. Get a lot of people around me, too. Ring those bells. Blow those horns. Blow those horns.
Please,
please. Noise, I gotta have it. When you're around, I gotta have noise.
But please, Mr. Costello, you're scaring me.
I'm scaring you.
Costello, there's no sense in shouting.
That's right, Mr. Costello. Let us speak low.
I don't want to speak low. I always talk loud. Hooray! Happy New Year! Get around, everybody. Here's some John Charles Thomas. On the road to
Yes. Never mind. Look, just a minute, please. People are there. Wrong place.
That's enough.
Hey, they like it.
Yeah, never mind. Look, pay no attention to him.
Where's this Frank Sinatra?
Will you? Never mind. Pay no attention to him, Mr. Lorre. I'll bring Costello out to your sanitarium tonight.
Oh, yes, please. And at midnight, I hope. When the moon is down.
No, tomorrow when the sun is up. Way up! Plenty of light, brother. Lots of light. We're going to turn on a searchlight.
Costello, you're acting like an idiot.
Yes, Mr. Costello. I've had thousands of patients at my sanitarium, and I've never had one of them complain. You know what that proves, don't you?
Yes, sir. Dead men tell no tales.
In podcast number 36, we featured the suspense TV series adaptation of The Cask of Amontillado featuring Bela Lugosi. So let's just run with the whole Poe thing. Here's Peter Lorre in Mystery of the Air's version of The Black Cat, broadcast in September of 1947.
Mystery in the Air, starring Peter Lorre, presented by Camel Cigarettes. And it is the sentence of this court that you be hanged by the neck until you are dead. And may God have mercy on your soul.
No, I neither expect nor solicit belief for this wild story. I would be meant to expect it yet. Mad I'm not, and very surely I do not dream, but while there is still time, I don't know why, I feel compelled to report a series of mere household events and their consequences. These events have terrified, have tortured, have destroyed me. Perhaps some are more calm, more logical, but certainly far less excitable than I will be able to explain them. I cannot. I can only tell you the facts, and that I have to do today because tomorrow I die.
Each week at this time, Camel Cigarettes bring you Peter Lorre in the excitement of the great stories of the strange and unusual, of dark and compelling masterpieces culled from the four corners of world literature. Tonight, Edgar Allan Poe's immortal American classic, The Black Cat.
Mystery in the Air, starring Peter Lorre, brought to you by Camel Cigarettes.
No, believe me, there was nothing, absolutely nothing in my childhood which forecast the terrible events that were to come. No, as a child, I was very gentle. I got along well with everyone, but most I liked animals, yes. All kinds of animals. And then I married quite young, and I was very happy to find that my wife shared my feelings. Very soon we had quite a collection. Oh, we had birds and goldfish. We had a dog and some rabbits, and we had a cat. I'll never forget the day my wife brought it home. Hello. You're home so early.
Look, Charles, look. Look what I brought.
Oh, look at it. Oh, the little kitty. Where did you get it, darling?
Oh, the poor little thing. Some dogs were chasing it, and I just rescued it in time.
Yes,
it was
look.
so frightened.
Yes, but it isn't frightened anymore.
Oh, it seems to love you, Charles. Then that's not strange. All animals do.
Yes. Nobody's going to hurt you, kitty. No. How about some milk, huh? There, you see? Oh, he must have been very hungry.
Yes.
Hey, what's your name, huh?
I don't suppose he has a name. He is so young. I don't think he belongs to anybody.
Well, then we have to give him a name.
You mean we can keep him?
Keep him? What are you talking about? He has no home. We can't turn him out in the streets, can we?
Oh, Charles, I was hoping you'd let him stay.
Of course, but he must have a name. Yes, let's see. Oh, yes, black, yes, all black. Beautiful. Not a single white mark. Oh, I have it. He's as black as the devil. Let's call him Pluto. Yes, we'll call you Pluto. Well, Pluto grew up to be a remarkably beautiful cat, and of all the animals in our house, he became my favorite and my playmate, yes, and until it all changed, yes, and as the years went on, my character suffered a radical change, and everything changed. Huh? Why? Well, I'm ashamed. I hate to admit it. Through intemperance, yes, through intemperance. And then as drink became more and more necessary to me, I became more and more moody and irritable.
Where are you going?
I don't have to tell you where I'm going.
Oh, Charles, what's happening?
What do you mean, what's happening to me?
Well, you never used to go out every night to those vile places.
Stop nagging. Stop it. I go out because I can't stand listening to you. Nag all day long.
I don't know what's come over you.
There. See? Why don't you learn from Pluto? It's only a cat. He doesn't ask me where I'm going. Yes, that's right. You never do, no. Come here, Pluto. Yes, I like it. Come here.
Be careful, Charles. Don't pick him up like that. No, you're hurting him.
I never hurt him. Ouch! He bit me. You bit me. You damn it. I'll show you.
Don't, Charles, don't.
Yes, I hate to admit it, but I was so furious I kicked Pluto, and I kicked him again and hard, and the next morning I saw that his ear was torn, and I was filled with remorse for what I'd done. From then on, Pluto ran away in terror whenever I approached, and that in turn made me more and more irritated, and in the end it was sheer perverseness, nothing else, yes. Sheer and unexplained perverseness that made me do what I did. Yeah, I blush to admit it, but one morning I strangled the poor animal. Yeah, I killed it only because I knew that it had loved me and because it had given me no reason for offense. No, I'm offering no excuse. I'm only recounting what happened. Well, in the evening, I went to the inn at Jerusalem, and I came home very late, and I fell fast asleep with my clothes on. Then I was awakened suddenly. Hey, what's the matter?
Charles, wake up! Charles!
What's the matter?
There must be a fire. I smell smoke.
Good heavens, look, it's our house.
Oh.
Our house is burning. Come on, darling, come. We'll be trapped. Come on, hurry up. Quick. There's our fire. There it is.
I can't.
Don't talk. Perhaps I can get you through the flames. Don't breathe, darling. Here's the front door, yes. We made it. We're safe.
Oh, Charles. Look, our house.
Anybody else in there?
No. somebody else.
Just as well. Never could get them out now. Are you the owner?
Yes. That was our house.
Well, you haven't got much left then. We can't save it now.
Stand back! Stand back, everybody! The roof's gonna fall in! Stand back! There it goes!
Well, it's down now.
Funny, nothing is left but that one wall in the middle.
Look at it.
What about it?
Well, look at it on the wall.
Hey, that is strange.
What are you talking about? What's strange?
Oh, there on the wall. It's still standing.
Marks on the plastic.
Marks? What marks?
Well, what's the matter? You blind? Right up there on the wall, that black figure.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a cat.
Yeah, it does. The smoke must have done it, but it certainly does look like a cat.
What looks like a cat?
There, and it's got one floppy ear.
Who's got a floppy ear?
That's really funny.
Honey, huh? It's not funny. It is not funny at all, you hear?
I know what it is. You know who it is? Yes, it's Pluto. I recognize him. Yes, there, see? His ear is torn, huh? Oh, you beast.
That hideous beast. It's come back to haunt me. Leave me alone. You hear it? I can't stand it.
Okay.
Get some water, somebody. This man's fainted.
In a few moments, Mr. Peter Lorre will bring us the climax of tonight's Mystery in the Air, when Camels present Act 2 of The Black Cat. The black cat is dead, killed by its master. The house is burned to the ground, with everything in it completely destroyed. Now the scene is the almost deserted, candle-lit tap room of a local inn.
Don't you think you'd better go on home, sir? It's getting late.
Home, huh? You should see the terrible place where we're living now.
Yeah, I heard you. Lost everything in that fire.
Lost everything, yes. I lost everything. I lost my house, I lost everything.
Well, how about that black cat of yours you used to talk about all the time?
Huh?
What was his name?
His name is Pluto.
Oh,
Yeah, Pluto's down too. Oh, that's the animal.
And if you miss him that much, why don't you get another cat?
Give me a drink.
No, it's getting pretty late, sir. I mean, well, won't your wife be expecting you?
Give me a drink.
Yes, sir. I'll have to fetch another bottle.
Why don't I get another cat? Huh? That's what you say. Well, why don't I? No reason I shouldn't. No reason to be in a deep of despair just because of a cat. If I get another cat, maybe I'll be able to forget her. What's that? Oh, there's a cat now. There's it. Sitting on top of the table. Black cat, huh? That's strange. I've been staring at that table for 5 minutes. I could swear there was no cat on it. Hey, where did you come from, huh? Oh, you're a beautiful cat, yes. You're just as black as Pluto. Yeah, except you got a splotch of white on your chest. Yeah. Right, yeah. Oh, yes, come sit on my lap, huh? Oh, yeah. Kitty, yes, you're a nice kitty. You're a nice cat. I like...
Here you are, sir.
Where did this cat come from?
Cat? Oh, yeah. Yeah, a big one, isn't he? I don't know where it came from. Or how it got in, either, for that matter. Never seen it around here before.
Don't know what it belongs to?
No. No, as far as I'm concerned, it belongs to you if you want it. Can't keep it here. My wife doesn't like cats. Especially black ones.
Like cats, huh? How stupid. Yeah. Say, I want it. Yes, I want it very much. I'll take it home with me right now.
Charles, this is such a wonderful cat. Just since last week, it's made itself so much at home. Why, you'd think it had lived here always.
Yes, I've noticed that.
It reminds me so much of Pluto.
Yes, but this one has a patch of white on its chest. Don't forget that.
Yes, that's right, dear. But I can't help wondering. I wonder what ever became of Pluto. He disappeared the day of the fire.
I know he disappeared. And well, maybe he knew his house was going to burn down.
Oh, see how it loves you. It's rubbing against your leg, just the way Pluto used to.
Pluto! Stop talking about Pluto!
Darling, I didn't mean anything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dear. I always talk about how much this new cat resembles Pluto. It just makes me nervous. Look, actually, there's hardly any resemblance at all, really. Except that they're both black. This one has a white patch on its chest and...
Oh, the poor thing. Charles, look, his ear is torn.
Huh?
See?
What?
Here under the fur. Oh, I never noticed that before.
Neither did I.
Why, it's just the way Pluto's... I mean...
Go ahead, say it. It's torn, yeah. Just the way Pluto's ear was torn when I kicked him, huh? That's it, isn't it?
Well, he must have been in a fight or something. But it's curious we didn't notice it.
Curious, huh? You have no idea how curious it is. No idea. Get that cat out of my sight.
Charles, you're mad.
Get it out.
How can you act that way about a poor dumb animal? Especially one that loves you so much. Oh, now you've frightened it, dear.
Away from me, you hear me?
The way you talk, anybody thinks you don't even like the poor cat.
Like it, huh? Like it. I hate it. I tell you, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Yes, in a short time the cat had been with us. I'd come to look upon it with unutterable loathing. Why, I don't know yet. The more I hated it, the more affectionate it acted toward me. Wherever I went, it followed. Whenever I sat down, it would spring upon my knees and cover me with its loathsome caresses, as if this were not enough. The white patch on its chest, which originally it had been very indefinite in shape, but gradually it assumed a very definite outline. Yes, the unmistakable and ghastly shape of the gallows. A terrible engine of horror, of agony, and of death. I longed to destroy the beast, but I was prevented by an absolute unreasonable dread. I was sure I was losing my mind.
Charles? Are you going out again?
Yes, I'm going out. I don't know when I'll be back.
Oh. Before you go, do you suppose you...
Why, what is it?
Will you help me bring up some wood from the cellar?
Why do you always want more wood?
The house is cold. You know I haven't been feeling well. I'm not strong enough to carry it myself.
Strong enough. All right, come on, I'll help you. You might have thought of this before.
Look out!
What? Oh, that's that beast again. It's always under my feet. It tried to trip me on the stairs.
Oh, no, I'm sure it did.
I'll get rid of that beast once and for all.
Charles! Put down that crowbar.
Get out of my way.
No,
I
stop.
say get out of my way. Let go of my arm.
Please, Charles,
let go of my arm. Are you going to let go?
Please.
I said let go. Oh. Why didn't you let me go? Yes, she'd fallen dead without a groan. My blind rage, my rage against the cat, I'd struck my wife and killed her. Well, nothing I can do about it now. All I could do is to set myself to the task of concealing the body. Yes, I thought and I deliberated, and then it occurred to me that, yes, in the Middle Ages, they used to wall up their victims, and I determined to do the same thing. Yes, behind the wall in a cellar. I managed to dislodge a section of bricks near the chimney, and in a hole behind them, I propped the body. Then I carefully laid the bricks back in their original position, and when I had finished, no one could have told that the wall had been disturbed at all. Well, I could say to myself triumphantly, here at least, my labor has not been in vain. My next step then was to look for the beast that had been a cause of so much misery, but then I became aware that it had completely disappeared. 3 days passed, and still my tormentor did not appear. Oh, it's impossible to describe or to imagine the deep sense of my relief. For the first time in months, I slept, yes. I slept, even with a burden of murder on my soul. Yes, some few inquiries were made about my wife's whereabouts, and a search of the house was conducted, but nothing was discovered. Oh, I finally could look upon my future secure. Yes?
Good day, sir. Sorry to disturb you again, sir.
Oh, it's you, Sergeant. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, they're still puzzled about your wife's disappearance.
Puzzled, eh? Well, so am I.
Well, some of her friends have been around at the police station.
What's that got to do with me, huh? You've already searched the house twice. What do you want?
Well, I know, sir, but, well, the captain sent me and the constable here to look around just once more, to be sure there's no clues been overlooked. This will be the last time, sir. Only a matter of routine. We won't bother you again.
All right. Come in.
Thank you, sir. Come on, Joe. Right.
Where would you like to look first?
Well, we might as well begin with the cellar.
Cellar, huh? All right, yes. Right down these steps. I'll come with you.
Yes, I always say searching a house is like getting ahead in the world. You start at the bottom.
Yes, I see. It's very funny.
Well, come on, Constable. Get to work. Right.
While they searched, I folded my arms and watched. As before, they discovered nothing, but as they were about to depart, the glee in my heart was too strong to be restrained. I burned to say but one word, yes, just one word, but by way of triumph, and as they started up the steps, I said, say, you noticed, this is a very well-constructed house, you know. Hey, gentlemen, you're not going, huh? Yes, it's an excellently well-constructed house. You've never seen such a well-constructed house in a frenzy of my bravado upon that very portion of the brickwork behind which
stood the corpse of my wife. I rapped with my cane. Let me heaven deliver me from the arch-fiend. How is that?
Mother of mercy, what was that?
Wind, probably.
Wind? That's not the wind. Came when you hit this wall here. Whatever it is, it's behind these bricks, Sarge. Here, take this crowbar and knock that wall down. Right.
Wait a minute, you.
Keep quiet,
I can't
you.
do it.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
Upstairs.
You stay right here. Hey, this is new plaster. Hasn't even had time to set yet. Pull it down. Right. Here she comes. Look out. Oh. There's what we're looking for, all right. His wife's body. What's that horrible-looking thing sitting on her head?
Cat!
How did that cat get in there?
I know how it got in there. Yes, I know. I must have walled it up in a tomb, and I never knew it, no. Look at that red mouth. Those burning eyes. You hideous, you beast, you monster, you are the devil. You made me a murderer. Now for 3 days you've been in there, waiting to send me to the gallows. Well, the hangman will get me. Yes, I hope you're satisfied. I hope you're satisfied.
And now the music interlude. Like those Scooby-Doo episodes where everybody's running in and out of doors and stuff while some mod sort of hippie band plays a song you've never heard of before. Our first song is by Peter Lorre himself with Nora Gregor, called Yes, the Police. You'll have to forgive me for forgetting the title of the movie it's from, but in it Peter Lorre plays a cop who's fallen in love with Nora Gregor's character, who is a thief he's trying to catch, and who doesn't know it, of course. So while hanging out with her one afternoon, he decides to play this police-loving song.
Ja, die Polizei, die hat die schönsten Männer. Ja, die Polizei ist stets in Form. Jeder Leutnant ist ein Frauenkenner. Auch die Mannschaft küsst enorm. Ja, die Polizei, die fesselt jedes Mädchen. Keine geht vorbei, so 1, 2, 3. Schöne Männer gibt's auch sonst in jedem Städtchen. Die allerschönsten aber hat die Polizei.
Elsenbrust, heraus! Herrlich Dieb, das Haus!
Und das Auge des Gesetzes hat getreu bei Tag und Nacht.
Ob nicht wo was fehlt, ob ein Herz sich quält, ja bei rotem und bei grünem Licht, versagt sie nicht. Ja, die Polizei, die hat die schönsten Männer. Ja, die Polizei steht in Form. Jeder Leutnant ist ein Frauenkenner. Auch die Mannschaft küsst enorm.
Ja, die Polizei, die fesselt jedes Mädchen. Keine geht vorbei, so 1, 2, 3.
Schöne Männer gibt es sonst in jedem Städtchen. Die allerschönsten aber
hat die Polizei. Jawohl.
We will now wrap up our Lorre Fest, our Lorre Palooza, if you will, with this excerpt from Martin and Lewis, broadcast in May of 1949. Martin and Lewis desperately need a sponsor, but their sponsor wants a mystery program. When they ask Peter Lorre for assistance, Lorre mentions that he doesn't want to do that kind of thing anymore. He wants to be a DJ. Seriously.
Well, Dean and Jerry were really discouraged about their chances of getting a sponsor until a few minutes ago, walking down Broadway.
Dean, look at that sign on the Paramount Theater.
Hey, it reads Peter Lorre opens here Wednesday.
Say, if we only could...
Don't say it. Cross your fingers. Let's try to find him. Well, this is it, Jerry, the Warwick Hotel.
Yeah, wouldn't it be swell if we could talk Peter Lorre into helping us out? Then we'd have our sponsor.
I only hope we can get in to see Peter Lorre. He probably even never heard of us.
Maybe not, Dean, but wait until he finds out that I'm a big fan of his. Gee, one time I took my girl to see Peter Lorre in a picture. He was so sinister and so menacing, when I came out I had the creeps.
Well, it must have been even worse on your girl.
Nah, she was a creep to start with. Well, let's go in and see Mr. Lorre.
Well, here's Peter Lorre's apartment. Ring the bell, Jerry. Jerry, what's the matter?
Who's afraid?
Oh, I'll do it. There.
Dean.
What?
Let's go home. Gee, Mr. Lorre'd never help a couple of nobodies like us.
Oh, come on, brace up.
Yes, what is it?
I'm Dean Martin, and this is Jerry Lewis, and we just got to go in and see Mr. Lorre.
I'm sorry, I'm Mr. Lorre's personal secretary, and nobody can see him.
Let me handle this, Dean. I gotta be stern with her.
Okay, go ahead, be stern.
All right now, miss, you listen to me.
Yes? What is it? Yes?
Will you marry me?
Do you really want to see Mr. Lorre enough that you propose?
Don't laugh. If we can be engaged, I'll give you my secret corn kicks ring with the plastic glass covered compass and the secret message sender and decoder and the patented peeperscope with the atomic disintegrator attachment.
Would you really give it to me?
Sure. Come on. Help me lift it out of the box.
All right, Jay. That's enough. Look, miss, we got to talk to Mr. Lorre about helping us out on our radio show.
Oh, Mr. Martin, I love your singing. I admire your act so much.
I'm the star of the act, miss.
And your wonderful reviews, Mr. Martin.
I'm his assistant. I'm Lewis. I'm on records, too.
And the way the crowds come to see you at the Copacabana, Mr. Martin.
I'm there, too. Yep. Good old Jerry. I do a few tired funnies in between Dean's songs.
And you're so appealing to women, Mr. Martin.
Oh, I wish I was dead.
Oh, I think you're kind of cute, too, Sonny.
Miss, are you sure that Mr. Lorre can't see us today?
Well, you're taking a horrible chance. Mr. Lorre hates to be disturbed at tea time, and especially when he's so hungry.
Well, thanks, but we'll take a chance.
Mr. Lorre?
Well. Two nice young ones. Come in.
Well, I hope we didn't disturb your cup of tea, Mr. Lorre. What are you drinking there? Green tea or orange pekoe?
Oh, no, neither. I have a weak stomach. It's arsenic.
You drink arsenic?
Yes, always when I can't get Drano, Drano. Oh, now it comes, 6 delicious flavors.
Sure, strawberry, raspberry, orange, lemon, and bathtub.
Now, what was it you want to see me about?
Well, I'll come right to the point, Mr. Lawyer. I'm Dean Martin. This is my partner, Jerry Lewis. We'd like to have you come on our radio show and, do a mystery.
Huh? You want me to come on your radio program and do a mystery?
That's right.
Isn't it mysterious enough already?
Please, Mr. Lorre, we've got a great chance if you'll help us out. It means an awful lot to us. We can get a sponsor if you'll only say yes.
Well, you see, I wouldn't mind helping you out, but what would I do on your show?
Oh, you know, play sinister characters like you do in your pictures when you're acting.
Acting? Oh, that's silly. What makes you think I'm acting? No, I'm like that all the time.
You're like the Peter Lorre you play on the screen? It's not just acting?
It started all when I was a little boy. My mother, she used to make me wear Lord Fauntleroy suits and long golden hair curls. Oh, I was so cute, you know. Yes, I can still hear the people when they say when I walk down the street on a Sunday morning, look, there goes that little rat who burned down the city hall.
Dean, I'm not happy. Let's go.
No, you must stay. You must hear me out. You see, well, my work in pictures has only aggravated my tendencies. You see, everyone has criminal traits.
Everyone?
Oh, yes. Just think, as a boy, didn't you have some bad habits?
Not me.
None at all?
No. Oh, but now that I think of it...
Yes?
I did have one.
Yes, you see. What was it? Did you go around scaring your little baby brother?
Oh, no, worse than that.
Yeah? What did you do?
I used to sneak pussy willows into my room and pull their tails off.
Oh, come on, please, let's be serious, boys. You came here seeking my help now, didn't you? Now, let's see, what can we get for you? Oh, yes, well, it should be something nice and gruesome, shouldn't it? I have it, my diary, huh? It tells of an incident which happened here in New York City several years ago, and you, Jerry, you remind me strangely of he who was my assistant. At long last, I found the perfect criminal accomplice. For years, I've been looking for someone to hypnotize into committing my murders for me. Yes, he had to be somebody with no principles, no character, and a weak mind. I trained him for weeks. Finally, my stooge was ready for his new career. I put him under my spell. Come now, look into my eyes. There. You are now completely at the mercy of my will, aren't you?
Yes, master.
You are going out now to rob a bank.
I will, master.
And if necessary, you are going to kill.
I'll do that, master.
And even if you see some pretty girls, you won't mix with them.
I won't mix, master. Now, what should I do, master?
I want you now to take some TNT and go to the Chase National Bank and blow it up. He left me. I waited for an hour anxiously. This was his first job. Where is he? He should have been back long ago. Hello?
Hello, master.
Louis, why aren't you here with the money? Did you blow up the bank like I said?
Master, I made a terrible mistake. I accidentally dropped some taboo into the TNT.
What happened?
Now Chase National is going steady with Irving Trust.
And so it went, failure after failure, but I didn't give up. I needed Louis for this special job. And Louis, tonight is the payoff. Tonight at 9, I have a date with Mrs. Van Schuler, the owner of the $1 million Ming necklace. Let's get started. What a surprise this is going to be for Mrs. Van Schuler. Well, Louis, here we are, the Van Schuler estate. Come on, we'll go in through the front door. I'll open it.
All right, you're covered. Get your hands up, both of you. Higher.
Please, my feet are off the floor now.
You, Louis, you caused this, you clumsy, stupid, blundering idiot. I taught you everything I knew because I liked you. I fed you because I liked you. I made you what you are today because I liked you. But now, I hate you.
All right, if that's the way you feel, take back your fraternity pin.
That was wonderful, Mr. Lorre. We'll all do a mystery show together. Jerry, now we got a sponsor.
Wait, just a minute, boys. There's a little detail. You see, I personally, I'm tired of all that horror stuff. You see, from now on, I want to be gay. Like a disc jockey.
A disc jockey?
Yeah.
But if we're going to get a sponsor, we got to have one of those gruesome programs.
Oh, wait, believe me, Jerry, believe me. You know, Peter Lorre is a disc jockey. It'll be pretty gruesome.
All right, Mr. Lorre and I got a terrific idea for a disc jockey program. The Sunshine Boys. This is the way our theme will go. You gotta keep smiling, 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 smiling.
Smiling, 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 smile. What did you drop out for?
I forgot the words. Yes, folks, we're on the air. The Sunshine Boys, Dean, Jerry, and Pete. And now a short message from the makers of Sploop. Folks, have you tried Sploop? Sploop, the breakfast food that makes you wish it was lunchtime.
And remember, folks, Sploop doesn't crackle, burst, pop, or explode. It makes no noise at all. But when you pour the cream over it, watch it. It bites.
Yes, and Sploop contains the new miracle vitamin, Fleboflavin.
It won't cure anything, it won't fix anything, and it won't make you feel any better. In fact, it even saps your energy, gives you that run-down feeling.
So next time, ask for Sploop, the breakfast food for people who don't want to be champions.
And now for our daily problem corner with Dr. Peter Lorre.
What is our problem today, Dean?
Well, here's a letter picked at random. Dear Doctor, I am a woman weighing 195 pounds. Mm-hmm. I bought a new girdle last week, and I get into it all right, but I have a terrible time taking it off. What should I do?
Oh, well, that's easy. Just tell her to snap out of it.
A poem entitled,
Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Vigoro? Next poem.
A little robin redbreast sat on my windowsill. He was a beam of sunlight as he sang his little trill. He sang so sweet and looked so gay, no one could ever hate him. He was nature's work of art. Gee, I'm sorry that I ate him. Well, folks, the next portion of the program is brought to you by the makers of Sludge Glow, the new shampoo for bald-headed men. It contains that new secret ingredient, hair. Get the large 150-gallon jar of Sludge Glow. When you get through with it, you simply fasten wheels on it, and presto, it's a new Studebaker. Well, we have a request to sing that new hillbilly tune, Drop Dead, Little Darling, Drop Dead. Hit it, Dean.
Drop dead, little darling, drop dead. I need you like a hole in the head. Get lost and get you gone. I'm no longer your Don Juan. Drop dead, little darling, drop dead.
Drop dead, little darling, drop dead. I need you like a hole in the head. You're like an awful dream, and if you come back, I'll scream. Drop dead, little darling, drop dead.
Drop dead, little darling, drop dead. I need you like a hole in a head. I'll take your pure white neck, and I'll break it too, by heck. Drop dead, little darling, drop dead.
Drop dead, little darling, drop dead. I need you like a hole in the head. Get lost and get you gone. I'm no longer your Don Juan. Drop dead, little darling, drop dead.
And that wraps up another podcast. I'll hear you again in 2 weeks over the frequency of Fear.
This has been the Zombie Astronaut's Frequency of Fear. For more horror, sci-fi, and suspense audio, see the website at www.zombieastronaut.net. Right now!
The theme song was written and performed by Papa Suede. The end theme was from Kodak's Super 8 soundtrack. For more Frequency of Fear, visit frequencyoffear.com.